In this final video part in this series, I will show how to work with integrated counting and data analysis protocols. I'll show how to access results and how the integration works for users with different perspectives and authorizations. So in part 3, we use Marie's account to configure a counting protocol integrated with a data analysis protocol. Recall that Marie has permissions to create and edit and run counting protocols, and also to create and edit and run data analysis protocols. So let's continue from there and show the integration in action for Marie. So now whenever Marie needs to run this counting and analysis protocol, she can simply go to the machine, log in with her account and start counting. After counting is complete, the associated MyAssays Desktop protocol is automatically launched and the data analysis performed with the report being generated. So this data analysis is performed automatically. There's no user intervention required. Now if Marie wants to go in and look at her results in MyAssays Desktop, then she can launch MyAssays Desktop, log in and go to the results folder to see the various results files. So the first results file was the one that she created when the protocol was first built, importing the counting data from the first run when she created the counting protocol. This second run here is the one that we have just performed. Now you'll notice that MyAssays Desktop automatically names results files based on the protocol name followed by a unique ascending number. Now it's possible to change this naming convention. You can organize your results files into subdirectories based on any information. There's also great flexibility in how you name the individual results files. That topic is covered in more detail in a separate video. Now if we take a closer look at this results file, we can see that at the top we have the name of the WIZARD2 operator to perform the measurements. So for this first results file, it was Marie, and then we have the analysis user. Again, this was performed by Marie within the MyAssays Desktop software itself. Now if we take a look at the second results file, we can see that in this case the measurements were also performed by Marie, but the data analysis was performed by the MyAssays Desktop automatic login. This protocol was run automatically after counting was completed. So including this information in the report is useful for tracking both the counting operator and how the data analysis was performed. So let's see how this works for users with a different authorization. So for now, let's log out of MyAssays Desktop for Marie and also out of the WIZARD2 software. Now returning to our summary of user accounts, remember we have Albert. Now Albert can run counting protocols, but he has not been configured as a MyAssays Desktop user. So if Albert runs a counting protocol that has data analysis associated with it, that data analysis will be performed automatically as part of the protocol. So let's see how that works now. So let's log in to the WIZARD2 software as Albert. And if we take a look at the protocol manager, you can see that Albert does not have any permission to change these counting protocol settings, but he can run the counting protocol. So let's start that counting now for Albert. So once again, after counting is completed, MyAssays Desktop analysis is automatically launched to perform the data analysis associated with this protocol. So although Albert doesn't have access to MyAssays Desktop himself, as the data analysis is built into the counting protocol, that data analysis is performed automatically. So let's log Albert out of the WIZARD2 software. Returning to our summary of users, we can see that we also have this user Bob. Now Bob can't run or create counting protocols, but he can run and review analysis protocols and results. So let's log into MyAssays Desktop with Bob. So Bob can go to the results folder and inspect all of the results that have been generated so far. So he can see Marie's results, as we've just looked at, and also he can see Albert's results. So you'll notice here that this latest run shows data measured by Albert with the data analysis performed by the MyAssays Desktop auto login account. Now Bob does have permission to run protocols, so Bob could go in and run the protocol one himself. So perhaps there were some measurements collected that weren't associated with a MyAssays Desktop protocol in the past. Bob could go in and select to import those measurements from the exported folder, as we can see here. Now you'll notice that Bob is restricted. He can only select files within the WIZARD2 export folder. Now in addition to this protection, the data certification feature of MyAssays Desktop prevents users from being able to modify exported results. So for example, if Bob were to go into the export folder and open one of these files, perhaps changing one of the CPM values, saving these results with a view to tampering with results, in this case modifying results that have been collected by Marie, Bob saves those changes to the file, then actually when MyAssays Desktop attempts to import that data file, it will check the data certificate, and the data certificate will reveal that the data in the file has been changed since it was first created. In this way, MyAssays Desktop Enhanced Security can ensure that only valid data files that have not been modified can be imported into MyAssays Desktop. In conclusion, in this video series, we've seen how to configure MyAssays Desktop Enhanced Security for working with the WIZARD2. We've seen how to administer and manage users, and also how to configure integration of counting and analysis protocols. We've also seen how different user types can work with the system. And for further information about working with the WIZARD2 and MyAssays Desktop and how to configure data analysis, please see the related videos or contact MyAssays Desktop support by email through support@myassays.com.